You know what really gets my panties in a bunch? The fact that people have to apologize for how they feel about stuff. I get people coming to me in my various inboxes about stuff going on in their lives, and then they apologize at the end like, sorry to be a bother, sorry to be a burden. Hey, you are not a burden. Okay? But I'm not gonna blame you for feeling the need to apologize, because I feel the need to apologize constantly, even though it shouldn't be a thing. I think the reason that we feel the need to apologize for how we feel is because people just don't want to talk about feelings ever. They for sure don't want to talk about mental illness because that's inconvenient for them. And not us who are living it, of course. If I had $1 for every time I said that I was depressed and somebody said, oh, don't be, I would be very wealthy. I would not be living in this small apartment. I would be just loaded and just living the life, you know what I mean? I try not to get mad at people for this particular mess up because it comes from a good place. I like to call it well-intentioned ignorance, but it's still ignorance. Let's just take mental illness out of the equation right now. If somebody says they're feeling any way about anything and you say, oh, don't be like that, that's dismissive as heck. If someone comes to you and tells you they're upset about something, you don't get to tell them that they're not upset about that thing, or that the thing is not actually upsetting. You don't get to do that. We're all a little bit guilty of this. I've definitely been guilty of this before in my life. It's important to remember that your experience is not universal. Just because you may feel a certain way about something, somebody else might feel a different way. And that's okay, provided no one's getting hurt in the process. Let's bring it back to the mental illness bit. Let's say somebody's having a panic attack, right? That's not fun. Nobody wants to have those. I have seen this and witnessed this and had this done to me so many times where somebody has been trying to help, meaning very well trying to help, but what they've done instead is invalidate my feelings. And they've done so by telling me that there's no reason to be freaking out, that the thing that I'm stressed about isn't actually that stressful. And honestly, in my mind, I know this, I know that, but I'm still freaking out about it right now. If somebody is feeling something, they need to have that feeling validated so that they can move forward and through it. Because that's how feelings work. Especially with feelings of stress and panic and sadness. If you try and push them away and ignore them and run away from these feelings, they're only gonna get worse because they don't just go away. If somebody comes to you and you say something like, don't be depressed or don't be stressed about this thing, even though you wanna help and I know you wanna help, you're not helping, and in fact you may be making it worse. Just don't tell people how to feel about stuff. Listen to them, get a feel for what's going on with them, and if you can help at all, go for it. If you can't help, that's fine, because very few people expect or want other people to come in and fix their lives. Very few people want that. It's also impossible to fix someone. People fix themselves, with help, of course. People hold their hands, they push them through doors, but in the end, people fix themselves. And that's really important for people to do. I don't know, man. I got a few messages recently and they upset me because it involved people trying to tell people how to feel about stuff, and I don't like that a lot. If you have any more thoughts on the matter, you can always leave them in the comments and I would love to hear them. That's about it for me. I love y'all a lot and I will see you on Friday. Hey friends, if you didn't know I make videos every Monday and Friday, and now you know that, subscribe for more. You can also check me out on other social networks, and I would love to see you there. Later.